Okay, so I had a couple of questions about how to move a list with the Tiny database. So I just made up this really simple little thing just to show you how it worked. So I have a date picker here, a random text box the user would type into, a label for that text box, another text box the user would type into, a label for that, an enter button, and then a view button. And so what I did was I just initialized a global list and I called it all list. And then when they enter the enter button, I just added the date picker text. When date picker after the date is set, I had it change its text to be the same thing as the selection. And then I just separate everything with little underlines because I felt like it. You could probably not do that if you didn't want to. I also added a random show me label, which is actually sitting right there. It's a show me label just so I can see what it looks like before I send it anywhere. And then I just used my Tiny database, created a tag called events, and said put everything from this global list into the events. And then a view button should bump me to screen 2. In screen 2, all I did was change the elements of a list picker to be the same thing as whatever was in the database called events. And then I have a return button that takes me back to screen 1. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how this works on my tablet. So as you can see, for the tablet, I'm just going to go in and select a date and hit set. And it picks a date. I'm going to name the event something. I'm going to give it a location of some kind, and I'm going to hit enter. And notice it shows up in my list. And then I can go back and select a different date, and we'll put it out in the future a little bit, and we'll give it a different name. Here, I might actually have to type something. We'll just put in the word dog for the name of the event, and then I'm going to go put in the location being here, and notice it added them to my list, so we're good. And then when I hit view, it brings me over, and mind you, this is not pretty by any means, but it definitely pulled what was in my list and put it in my list picker, and then I can go back. And that's how you can move an entire list from one screen to another using the TinyDB.